Malchus here with another cloud duel against our esteemed friend and competitor Fluffy Bunny. We are playing on a very wide tiny. By the time you're listening to this, this will be the new Duel. So it'll be Duel and Ultrawide, I think is the new setting. Highlands, which I haven't played very much. It's a very mountainous map. Other things to note, he has turned off Calamities. Wonders available, Ziggurat, Heliopolis, Colosseum, Mausoleum, Apadana, Acropolis, Jabal Barak, so lots of good wonders. It's kind of an interesting starting location of fluffy Persia. So we have ore and horses here, so we might expect some sort of chariot rush potentially from him. And now I need to figure out what nation I would like to play as. There's a couple choices here. I've been playing around with this sort of defensive onager strategy that I have in my head that I would like to try, where you kind of turtle up and have onagers well supported and well defended, and then you just use the hunter bonus on them. So I think I would like to play a nation with hunters, but he took Persia off the map, so that leaves us Babylon, Kush, and Assyria, which has the very good option of starting with focus. Assyria feels like not a great choice because their unique unit kind of walks into Persia's like Persia goes into more horses there. Yeah, Greece could be an interesting pick because their unique unit very much counters everything Persia does and really forces them off of horses. So that might be interesting. You could do like a Greek patron start here, potentially grab that silver. That might be interesting. Axum could be interesting because they have trader and patron as well. Mint coin, nothing I think really super interesting with Axum. I kind of did want hunters, so you could do something like trader Kush into trader artisan hunter. That gets us early divination. Another option on the board is Carthage, which gets us an early aristocracy. They get their insanely strong civics bonus, which just is really good. And also it speeds up development because you can just hire mercs. And he doesn't have a champion's family, so he won't be able to deal extra damage to my mercs, which is always interesting. So I could do traders here. Is there anywhere I want to move around here? I don't think any of these movements make any sense. I think where we are is fine. We can just move potentially where we want to settle this. We can pick female in the hope that we get a good a good courtier potentially we can marry off early. And then, yeah, I mean, we won't have hunters, so we won't have the hunter's ability. We will have to deal with his, we'll have no way of dealing with his, I think this is honestly just pointing towards Greece patrons as an option. We could also just say screw patrons and go champions from the capital, but I generally don't like producing military out of my capital. So, yeah. Patron's pretty good. We can also fish for a courtier there. Kind of want to go Greece here then, I think. Let's see what we get. Do we get a male courtier, an eloquent diplomat? Yes, please. With 7 charisma, that's going to be insanely great. As consort, 15 civics. That's like almost 50 plus 50% for our civics income. We'll need to pick div here first. I've already married, so I have no civics left. So I can't make myself can't make myself builder. Here we can take Warden, which I think is slightly better. Do we have any decent generals? We do not. Warden gives me strength from Urban. And we have 1 move left. We could potentially fish some of these gems, get some early culture going. Or we could move on to the sorghum so that we can start it next turn. Okay, so what do we see here? So we're in the bottom right corner of the map. We're at 52.8. So actually, the bottom right. So this is the map. You can actually see the edge of the map. It's very narrow here. So there's a city site there. Probably another one there. We'll probably do a scout move next turn. lots of mountains. Yeah, so I think Greece makes sense here. We might want to be cheeky and double found patrons so we can pass some of this, right, to our cap. Very possible, because these are precious resources. So that's already plus 50%, so very good for a patron start. So that might be an option. Yeah, so I guess we're going to go with the Greece play here. We won't have hunters, which is sad, but we can try this out. Div is definitely our first pick here, and then we'll need to remember to send Lux to cap potentially next turn, and then I guess since we'll marry next turn, maybe Builder Gov in 3 turns, 2 turns. We can check in 2 turns, something like that. It's probably 3. All right, let's go ahead and send that back. Should be interesting. Go to the classic Persia versus Greece. Turn 2. The oligarch has married, which is great. We now have 42 civics a turn, which is awesome. And notice that a bunch of that is coming from the oligarch, almost 25. All right, so the other thing to note about the map is that mirror is off. So Fluffy is not a fan of mirror, so mirror is off right now. Okay, so we will start this farm. We don't have enough civics to assign ourselves. We can probably do one move here, and then I think we probably want to send luxuries here, and then maybe I think we need to, so question what we want to do with the scout here. I know there's probably somewhere a barb camp, but I don't know where it is. And I need to find it. Alternatively, I could go and try to harvest some incense. This is on the way there. So I think that will end our turn. And then next turn we can punch through and potentially see whether or not there is a barb camp nearby. So yeah, with the luxury, that gets us a little bit more culture in that, which is pretty good. And then we just harvested some culture here. So yeah, so probably in 2 turns, we should be able to assign as gov. So let's remind ourselves there. We did assign the Lux, which is good. We're married off. And yeah, we will see here. So we definitely want to scout. Probably going to do patrons here, I think, just so we can trade tile. And then, yeah, artisan is going to be our second city site, probably wherever we find the barbs. So we need to find that soon. Next turn, look for barbs. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. 3. All right, Builder Gov and look for barbs. I think Builder is next turn. And we did harvest that. So the question is, which way do we think our good friends, the move here? Okay. Is there a barb camp down here? Let's make a bet that there is. There is not. Is there a barb camp this way then? Who knows? Okay, we're trying to find the barb camp and not having much luck at the moment. This is definitely the bottom of the map, so presumably there's maybe somewhere around here. I don't actually know. Like, having trouble finding our barbarians. So to clear our first camp, which is unfortunate. We'll have to keep looking. Definitely assign Builder Gov next turn. If we're settler, we may just end up settling there. We can't find a spot. And yeah, I think we send this one back. Turn 4. All right, we have our child. Let's name her after ourselves. We will also assign ourselves as governor, which will get us our settler out one more turn. All right, so do we think that there's a barb camp down here? I don't know. We found our barb camp. I can't attack with it right now, which is unfortunate. And I'm not on a warden tile, which is also unfortunate. Can I bust this fog in some way? Do I hold off on... That seems like a really far away barb camp. I want to get onto that tile. I can't. I don't want to randomly take damage from it. So, let's see here. Maybe just trying to figure out a way to like approach this camp properly. I need to at least move one tile over so that I can get there next turn potentially. Okay, I'll have our settler. I guess we move it out over there. We did find our barb camp, which was our goal here. We did assign ourselves as Gov, which speeds this up by a turn, which is good. Probably we'll settle it here realistically. Although we may need to send it out there. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 5. Okay. I think we can... Oh my, really? That's across that river. That's going to be brutal. So ideally, the spot we'd want to stand is here, but we can't because it's on the other side of a river. So, yeah. That sucks. Definitely want this moving over so we can settle. It's going to be 4 turns, I guess. Div is still several turns away. We do have stone cutting. Maybe we don't do this. We start the quarry first and then do a slight move because it's going to take 4 turns to clear that. That's brutal. All right, I think we start another one here. Quarry is the best quarry spot, right? Let me double check. Apart from on the ore, yeah, that's the best quarry spot. All right, let's go ahead and send this one back. Turn 6. So interestingly, we did spot Fluffy here, which means he's a schemer. We can see here, robust schemer. So he's already scouted us. That's why we have visibility here. We're going to have to do that. We have our settler that can head over here. Our scout can chill. Fortunately, this guy is crossing the river, so we should be able to clear that out without much issue. Which I think means we can keep scouting here. Oh, he's already discovered that river, which is a little unfortunate for us. Okay. I don't think I can move around to that because I'm blocked by Thok. So yeah, I don't think I realized that river. All right, and I think that ends our turn, and we can send it back. Turn 7. All right, we'll keep whittling this down. Should be able to settle next turn. Let's see what's over here. Not much. So, all right. We can idle a turn with our worker and figure out where we want to set our... Ideally, we would put it here for... So probably should have put this quarry somewhere else, because we'll probably want to put Shrine of Hades there. It would have been 6 here, so that's a shame. But we can do civics. Shrine somewhere here, probably here. Shrine of civics, I think, Zeus. Yeah, we'll put that there. All right, let's go ahead and send this one back. Turn 8. Okay, we can clear this out. And I think we can settle here as artisans. Let's go to landmark. We can immediately start a warrior. This won't die. Div is 1 turn away. I think we can go here and start the shrine that gives Tons of culture. That'll be 5 culture here. Yeah, and that ends our turn. And we'll start that shrine there next turn. So start shrines. Not sure why that's in all caps, and that's okay. Interesting. So is there another barb spot here? Maybe. Very, very strange. I wonder if there's just only a couple city sites. That definitely would be odd. He did found his second city. He has a law active, divine rule. So he founded clerics, I think, second, and riders first. Wow, schemer riders with double scout. Okay. Do we have another option here? Shrine-wise, maybe? Should we be founding a military shrine? I don't think Greece has one. Yeah. Greece does not have a military shrine. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 9. Reminder to start shrines. 6 quarries is going to be a lot easier than 500 stone, so let's grab that. And let's go ahead and do that exactly. Start some shrines. Move over here, we won't die, and we should kill it next turn. We can move on to that and potentially harvest that honey. Honey, cool. All right, so we've learned div, which is great. 3 years, start acolytes. I think we want to take aristocracy out of these. So let's go ahead and do that. Fluffy is similar, even though he's a schemer, he's not declared war. This map feels very small. Maybe Highland is more squished than otherwise. But like, this is what, almost middle of the map here? Like, I'm not sure where the middle of the map is, but like, this feels very small. Maybe there's some sites we're missing here, I'm not sure. We'll definitely send one there. Hopefully he's not camping his scout on there. That would be really annoying because we're gonna have to pull this guy all the way back. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 10. Persia declared war on us. We are already killed by a slinger. That is a big problem. That is a very big problem. We lost our starting warrior. Okay, is there anyone we can set here to speed that up? No. Well, let's harvest this honey. And then, is there another bard camp down here? It doesn't matter, we're gonna have to settle for that site. But yeah, this is not good. This map is way too small for what I wanted to do here. I mean, you could have told yourself that. They're starting at 19. We're at 52. So yeah, that's like 31 tiles difference. This is the wrong strategy for this map. Sure, we'll take the damage here and see what's going on. Okay, I think there is a barb camp down here, which we missed. That's not good at all. So we're probably gonna have to start a warrior. 8-year warrior. Maybe we just do the acolyte and rush the warrior out later. That may be faster. Culture is in 7 years, so. Holy crap, that's terrible. Yeah. If he has a schemer scout camping on that city site, we're in deep trouble. Oof, that's just really rough. I think it did not register me how small this map is. Yeah. Like, the previous tiny map was a lot bigger, but here if we're starting at 53 and he's starting at 18 or 19, 19 and I'm at 53. Yeah, that's 34 tiles difference. Definitely want to keep this guy around to tutor 4 years. Could harvest the honey, which is good. We'll scout around here. There's definitely a barb site we missed here, which is unfortunate. Because yeah, he somehow came over here out of nowhere land. Pretty brutal. Okay, well, nothing we can do. I'm going to finish the settler, and whether we start a warrior or not is a big question. I don't think he can kill this guy in time. Maybe. Will this guy go kill this, or this guy kill this, or hit the city? I don't know. It's going to really suck if I lose that worker. Might be a very short game. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 11. Okay, Fluffy is retreating, which is great. He killed my worker and now is falling back. The barbarian is oddly just sitting there and not doing anything. Not really sure what the deal there is. We do have a settler. Now comes the moment of truth. Did he camp it with... he did not camp it with his schemer, which is great. Force march. We don't have the orders for that. Doing another warrior. What do we spin for a turn? Be very greedy and start a... I think we're going to be very greedy. Okay. One order. Okay. We found this, and we will have to flee here. This, I guess, is going to be our sage's site. So do we do this, or do we do warrior? Delay it quite a bit. 6 years away, so in theory, we can squeeze out the warrior. And then rush out that. The judge here, we do not. At least put a turn into the warrior? I'm not sure. Definitely an awkward spot. I don't think I'm going to rush. I think realistically, he's much stronger. Oh shit, that's not good. That means he probably, well, I mean, I have no units, so that's maybe a misjudge there. Yeah, let's think here. I think we can afford to be greedy, realistically. We can harvest gems and olives. Olives. Settle. Then we can grab that. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully he won't put a scout on that, because that would be really annoying. Nothing I can do to prevent that. Yeah, we'll start our acolytes next turn. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Definitely sad we lost our warrior. He may come back and attack us. It's very odd that this is just sitting here not doing anything. I would have expected it to attack. Second child as well, which is good. Yeah, all right, let's send it back. Turn 12. Attacked by Barbarian Skirmisher. Fluffy here. We want to be very greedy and start an acolyte, and be very greedy and start another acolyte. I'm just going to be very greedy at the moment. Is it worth dropping in Eloquent? So Eloquent gives me an acolyte in 3 turns, but that doesn't matter because we want a tutor. Yes, he has the scout camping that. That is unfortunate and expected. So we will, just chill here and weep silently. We can move here and harvest some silver, but I think it'd be better to... There's nothing much we can do here. We have 2 orders. We can move somewhere here and start a quarry, probably here. Quarry estates are an option as well. kind of like the idea of going very aggressive, and we should harvest that, and then just estating here. Yeah, we're gonna be greedy, and then we're just gonna lay that second city forever, basically. Rip. All right, nothing we can do about it, but like this warrior, when we started last turn, would be 7 turns away. So yeah, that's not gonna happen, and this is 8 turns away. It doesn't really matter. But we should have higher culture here in a second. So let's go ahead and send it back. Yeah, definitely a small map. I don't think I quite fully this. Also didn't scout the site. So yeah. Yeah, harvest the rest. Incense gems. Scout fully, why not? Doesn't really matter. I expected that he's going to be camping there. That's okay though. We will persist. All right. 13. Let's see. New melee units start with Bloodthirsty. That might actually be useful for me at the moment. XP, 60 XP would actually put us at our next trait. Yeah, Bloodthirsty. In theory, it would help for 1 unit. I think I'd rather get the next trait. Ah, okay. Leonidas. 29-year-old orator. Okay. 4 shrines seems very doable and gives me an ambition that I can complete. 40 culture in Pella is also attractive. I think 4 shrines is feasible. I definitely want centralization, so we're going to pick this. We're going to be very sad that we can't move there. Let's see, we have our worker here. Very oddly, that barbarian is not doing anything. Really very odd. So let's see here. Playing around with this view. I think I will start another quarry. This view is kind of interesting in terms of like just seeing all the things that are possible on a worker. It might be. It's also, I think the thing I like about it is you can easily hover to see where the best tile is for something. Yeah, so we'll start a quarry there. Very interestingly, that's not not attacking at all. I'm not going to complain. Can move. I don't know about moving that settler all the way over there to harvest. They're not playing Hati, so we can't chop. I don't think there's anything in there. We can move on to the silver and harvest. This vision. I don't think it was worth detouring the settler that much. All right, so Persia is at 3 cities. We're at 2 cities and a developing city. Tutor next turn. Yep, definitely need to do that. We don't really have very good food resources at the moment. Yeah, so we should also get our next trait next turn, so that'll be good as well. And we've got estates started very early. Probably too early, but it's okay. Probably should be doing other improvements first. We also probably should start our Odeon somewhere. Let's go back to this view actually and see where we can build an Odeon. We probably want a flat tile. We want to expand borders, so we can probably put an Odeon here and get that up and running. And similarly here, we can figure out where we want to put an Odeon. There's no flat tile. We could do something like here, I guess. I was trying to stay away from that barbarian. But yeah, we can definitely start the Odeon. Probably should have, well, the Odeon's 3, this is more culture than the Odeon. So were there workers? Were there wonders? We have not enough stone income. Okay, let's go ahead and send this one back. Turn 14. We tutor. Philosophy. Let's first tutor. He is camping, which is great. We have our settler chilling here. Cultivator, which gets me farms. Naturalist, which gets me lumber mills. Am I likely to have very many lumber mills? Nope, and I don't have the tech. Ranger. Prosperous is probably the best of a bunch of bad options. Ranger, slight attack benefit from trees, but I don't have any military units at the moment, so Big prosperous, gets us a little more cash. Then really not much else to do. Keep scouting here. I'd rather get to the gems. Can I have to walk onto the gems. Can harvest those. That leaves us with one order. We can move our settler closer and closer to somewhere where it can't settle and is very sad. Yeah, so we definitely want to get that Odeon up. I think next turn or so. This barbarian has decided to wander off, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if that has to do with the new change that they don't try to attack cities. But then it could come pillage my shrine. Yeah. All right. This is the point where the scout whips out his bow and shoots the other scout. Yeah, because pain, suffering. Okay, econ is also not great at the moment, so we probably want to get this ore up. We could have probably wanted to settle this slightly further north. Is there another city site up there? That would feel like it'd be very close, but that wheat is interesting. I'd be surprised if there was. There's one down here. It doesn't feel like there would be one there, though. Not sure if there's anything else over there. I don't know that we're going to go check it out. Probably not worth scouting this, so head scout west. Maybe we could poke east, see what's in this fog. I don't think that matters really. We'll get vision eventually then, so we should probably head scout west. See if Fluffy's coming to play with the huge army, because that was bad that we didn't see anything coming. And he's much stronger and learned, which is ungood for us. He also has a law up, the schemer, robust frugal schemer. His law is likely divine rule because he's clerics. So I think he opened rider, cleric second, I think, and then presumably statesman third. Okay. All right. So we'll settle down here. We'll settle up here. We will need to get some warriors up and running. Yeah, it's going to be a little dicey, especially 8-year warriors. This is making me sort of think that champions might be particularly better than I think, better than I've given them credit, because I'm pretty sure Champion City would do this in much less time. 60 production. Yeah, because champions get that sweet plus 50% bonus. So I think it's a 4-turn warrior out of a champion site. So in any case, we should be able to grab Zoro in 2 years, according to plan. We can check if there's any particularly good governor. There is not. And we'll found sages whenever we had a chance. And we'll do a reminder to tutor again in 3 years. And then once more in 6. And hopefully Princess Pausanias, named after ourselves, of course, will, do some amazing things for us. Yeah. All right, let's send it back. Turn 15. Strict could be useful. We kind of need the XP at this point. Witty, humble, like, at this point, I think we need to optimize for what's going on right now. Let's see. So we got this settler. We're just going to go west, I think. Grab this incense. Gets me some harvesting there. Don't think there's anything else we can do. No point moving this over here. We can just explore, harvest more things. Yeah, pretty straightforward, very quick turn here. Estates may also be a catastrophic mistake at this point, given that I'm going to completely torpedo my ability to build military here. So do I actually want to cancel this estate? Probably, as painful as it is, I think the answer is yes, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to build a military unit short of rushing stuff out. Option 2, do I want to rush something out? I think I do. It'll delay my religion by a turn, but I think I want to rush it out. Was I able to rush it out last turn? Possibly, but I didn't notice. It's not good. I do think I want to finish the estate. I'm just going to rush it out once. Yeah. So I think that's the rush. As painful as it is to burn all those civics, is the correct play, because I need to solve this problem instantly right now. Yeah, we got to prioritize the short term over the long term at the moment. And I have the luxury of being able to rush because I did get developing. I probably should have checked that last turn. All right, let's go ahead and send this one back. Turn 16. Okay, we got witty. Cool. We can now rush this out. Go to town. That's the highest priority at the moment, so we need to resolve that. ASAP here. We're going to not worry about harvesting instance silliness. Just not important. I think we also need to make this a champion site, realistically. In theory, we could even trade the ore to that site, so we can get this on as champion. Kind of like that. Kind of breaks the point of me going patrons here, because I wanted that silver and the gems. I could still, in theory, get to the gems, but realistically, he is similar. Does that mean he lost it? Oh god, he's got a city here. Yeah, this is a super, super tiny map. We need champions at this point. We got it. We have to do stuff. Yeah, and we got a warrior coming out here. We just gotta. I don't see any other ores, so I think swapping to champions there, producing lots and lots of units. We just need to hold and win here. Probably get another settler here potentially. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. But I think one of the things I sometimes struggle with is I'll come into a game with a plan and be like, I know what I want to do. I'm going to do this thing. And then I start doing the thing. And then my opponent does things to disturb that thing. And then I'm like, well, I'm doing my plan. Excuse me, I am doing my plan. Please go away. And then I lose the game. So I think being able to adapt and really react, like ideally I would have liked to make this patron so I can give this to silver, to gems, right? And maybe make this sages. I don't have time for that. It's a tiny map. I need champions. I need military production. I need this ore. So yeah, let's go ahead and send back. Turn 17. Definitely want infantry XP. He's going to make me work for it. Oh, it's already been harvested by, I guess, him. Okay, so we can't harvest that. Over here, I think we start a settler to get this next site going. Worker, I do think we go Odeon here. Although we do have 4 shrines desired, so maybe we should... What shrines do we have left here? Let's see here. Not showing me. Okay. Shrine of Athena and Poseidon. I have my Zeus shrine, I have my Hades shrine, and I could do a science shrine, courthouse, or Poseidon. And I need 4 shrines. So I think I need the legitimacy more than anything else, and I could quickly finish this. I'd love to be able to expand borders over there, but that's just not going to happen at the moment. Also probably should get some quarries started. This is arid tile, so let's see. Maybe we just want to leave those spots open next to the city for wonders. Probably want the science shrine here, I guess. And then this one, potentially we can go grab resources there, which will be good. Poseidon, so 3 years, 3 years, that'll finish the double shrine. It's good. Hopefully this guy won't come back and hit us. If he does, it'll slow us down, but I don't see a better spot to build those shrines. I think it's a risk we're going to have to take. All right, well, hopefully he'll move out of the way next turn. Aristocracy next turn. That'll give me some legitimacy, which will give me more orders. Legitimacy is currently terrible, so just need to prioritize. And probably quarries after those shrines. At some point, we're going to want to build an Odeon and courthouse. So, like, you can see like an Odeon here, Courthouse here. Hard to see these without that. Workers, I guess. So we can tutor next turn because we don't have orders to do it now, and we can squeeze it in next turn, but we have to squeeze it in next turn. Okay, so this will get some XP here. We're strict as well, which means that will... Oh, I didn't take strict. Did I click the wrong event? I clicked the wrong event last time. I did not take strict in the discipline. Whoops. All right, well, oh well. We will find, yeah, that was a misclick, I guess. He's at 4 cities, and this is presumably the 4th city here. And yeah, looks like this is a writer city, so expect some military happy fun times here shortly. Okay, let's go ahead and send it back. We should also potentially influence our husband, since that'll get me some more civics. We don't have money right now, so we'll probably use the money for tutoring first. Maybe we influence husband in 2 turns. Okay, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 18. We founded Zorro, discovered aristocracy. We'll take the civics. We'll definitely take Cartier. Let's take the ambition. What? How did this hit? Oh my god, he has a second scout. Oh my god, it's the second scout. The second scout. He can do this all day, friends. Holy shit, the second scout. Wow. 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 Yeah, that's pretty good there. Props to you. Props to you. The second scout. Oh my god. So amazing. So amazing. Pretty terrible for me. But yeah, oh, is there freak? There's another site up here. That's good to know. Wow, I just totally failed on scouting here and here. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. All right, let's see. What else do we got here? Tutor. Yes, we should tutor. We can't afford it. We can sell a little bit of that. All right, I think that ends our turn, and we have to deal with the second scout. So incredibly frustrating. We can take centralization though. We'll boost our science a tiny bit. Yeah, and somehow we are equal on points because our cities are strong, but or rather developing. But yeah, wow, the second scout. Oh my lord. All right, let's send it back. 19. See what's going on here. We'll slam that again. This decision. We can even out the opinions a bit. Hopefully next turn he'll go hide. Won't come back with... We really need to look this way. Some wheat. Sure. Let's put up a poke to that forest. Then we did not, so let's maybe do that. To figure out a way to go here. Let's influence the husband with invisible cash we don't have, so maybe we do that next turn. Go ahead and send that. Turn 20. Completed our ambition. We finally can settle. Let's stick to our plan and do champs. Oh my god, really? That doesn't flip over? Maybe we don't stick to our plan then. We finally can settle. We grab the free settler. I think that's too strong to pass up at the moment. Where do we want to settle? Well, if we can't grab that with sages, there's no way we can grab both. I wanted to send the silver to the cap. We won't even be able to do that existing. So I think we settle here then. Stronger. We're gonna need champs, I think, to pull back into this. Does this settling spot change anything? Lets us border push here. Oh, that's really unfortunate. We can always, no, we can't improve the ore if we want to swap it to the champ city. And we already built these states foolishly. Maybe this should have been a champ city from the beginning. Stages. Admin, pretty shitty. Cool. Let's go ahead and see if we have a good general. Partier, cool. A worker. That's really unfortunate. We can't send that over. This free settler should be able to go settle this site or this site. I'm not sure either. Probably this one is going to be better. Does this make sense doing sages here? I think so. It's closer to original plan. Realistically, though, he's already stronger, and it's turn 20. He's going to be at our doorstep immediately here, so I don't think I can safely justify sages at this point. I think I have to go champs. And then I need to get the warrior up and running with the worker behind. That gives me a 4-year warrior, which is somewhat safer. Okay, we have this. We could start that. Probably not the most important thing at the moment. Obligations buried behind that. Do we need the set? I mean, the free settler will save us a turn of settling, and then we can do other stuff in this city. Is there anyone here? Oh, he could become a governor of this place. Actually, that's pretty good. Let's maybe do that. Better than a general, a governor. 18.2 verse 15. Extravagant and corrupt, but affable. So that's worth it. 20 training early is huge. Go with this warrior. I think we probably want to clear here and settle this. So about that. Well, the warrior is 60, so if you had just a tiny bit more, it'd be a 3-turn warrior. We can head on this way. I think that's better. Okay, let's go ahead and send it back. Yeah. Turn 21. All right, we could get loyal. We could get civics and humble. We could add a courthouse. Really, courthouse could be very powerful. Let's see here. Sorry. Let's resolve that one. 100 civics. We can definitely do the next tutor here. King consort is ill, so we put the governor as governor, which maybe we should have thought about before we did that. I don't mind having a hero, given that we're currently fighting. I think I actually want this dude to be commerce, so that we could potentially roll for builder. Figure out how we want to proceed. This, come in at this angle, and generals we can apply no. We can get strike. I think we definitely want another warrior. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to sell here. No war. Okay. Yeah, I think I do take the courthouse. 100 civics. Let's see how much this courthouse improves stuff for us. I like kind of putting it. Here, I think we'll open it up that we can place an improvement here to expand borders. Zig we can't afford. Are we all shrined out? Shrine of Athena, Hades, and Poseidon, because we grabbed those borders. I see. So we don't have a shrine to build here. Let's take a look at what we can build in this city. Food is 6. We're losing quite a bit of food, and it's very expensive. So we don't really have great food production anywhere. I guess this city has much better food production, so maybe we over here and build some food, although that feels like it's going to be a risk of getting attacked, so maybe we don't want to build food right there. Option 2 is go over here and just commit to this Odeon. Will help with our original plan. Potentially let us leverage growth. Originally I wanted the courthouse here, but we can't build it there, so I think it makes sense to build there. Oh, no. We want the courthouse next to... Oh, that's even a stronger reason to do the courthouse. We want the courthouse next to this shrine. I think here's the best option then. Because then we'll need to save this for palace or something. And we can put ministry here in a very, very long time. Okay. We're going to clear that, send our settler north, but also a free settler that will go south. Trying to recover what's going on in this game. We don't have husbandry. We could get that farm, or that camp. We don't have trapping. Let's see, we could just go over here and build a farm. That seems reasonable. Give us 8 food. Don't really see any better options, and we do need food in this city. So this guy come and wallop us, but we have a warrior right there ready to go. It's 290, so yeah, we might be able to rush from to 270. So I think that's definitely good because it does give us the extra adjacency from Shrine of Athena, 1 civics per. Yeah, and then we'll figure out where we want to put Zeus. We definitely want to save this for some sort of wonder on a hill. Well, we have 2 wonders on a hill, but one of these is going to, I mean, that's over planning at this point. Might be able to squeeze in the Odeon over here to push these borders a little bit. A little awkward on the hill, but we just don't have orders right now for anything. We do have this militia, which I don't think is going to be... We just don't have the orders to move it. I think I will want to prioritize navigation, because I'm feeling very, very order constrained at the moment. Should we get this free settler? If we don't get it, we'll throw it away. We also don't have the food for another settler, so I think it makes sense to do so. All right, let's go ahead and send it back and see if we can cling to life in this game. Definitely got delayed pretty badly, but hopefully we'll be able to speed up and use the power of this champion's ore, which somehow we can maybe, I guess, improve the silver or something. I'm not sure. That's an option. We could go improve silver. I think, yeah, it's going to be a while until we can actually border expand that. So, and ideally somehow I'd like to trade the ore for the silver, but there's no way for me to do that. So we'd like to push borders here, potentially colonies. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 22. Quarries for ambition, a note I made for myself. She's our crit is probably better. We can do philosophy here. Alright, so I think we good to get this one dead here. Good, that didn't attack. That will spawn 2 years, fortunately. So we're just going to go in and start wailing on it. Could we have just ignored that guy? Yeah, no, I don't think we could have, because he blocks our way. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. Start wailing on that. Militia, I don't think it's worth the orders to move it all the way over there. Maybe? I don't know. And it's doing nothing over here. It will speed up a little bit if we can get it in there. This guy's going to be a problem. I think we do move the militia. Oh, it's so horrible terrain. Horrible terrain. We can move it here. 2 moves at the moment. It's going to take like 3 orders to get there. We're going to have 3 turns to get there. We're going to have the warrior out. Okay. I think we want to start the Odeon at some point. Zoro Disciple, potentially. Farmer's probably good for growth first. Let's go ahead and start this Odeon. We can start getting specialists up there. Okay. Nothing from our friends. I'll have the next settler here in a second. Yeah, it's just a really tough terrain to get to. How much damage is this going to do? We're going to have to retreat. I think we should be able to clear it. We go in here. 7. So we'll put it 10. Something is going to spawn. It's going to take 3 turns. That's at 15. Yeah, 2 hits, 3 hits. Potentially start moving the settler as well. I did have to start quarry for ambitions as a thing I wanted to do. Is that better to do than the Odeon? I think it's good to get the Odeon down to get that specialist up and running. But realistically, we should probably get our stone income up and running first. Maybe we quarry. I can get to that. Yeah, it's going to be another spot. Quarry up. We're going to need a bunch of quarries. Fortune. So, trying to think of how to min-max here. Definitely quarry here. That's a good quarry spot. For here, looks like quarrying hills feels horrible. But not sure we have any better options. There's some nice quarry spots up here, obviously. These are all great quarries to build. Definitely want to get that worker out after this, which we already queued up. So given that, I do think we want to start the because we're cool. We get quarries. They're supervision quarries. Okay, let's go ahead and send this back. 23. Got our free settler. We have border boost available. Probably worth taking because it solves our problems here and lets us swap the ore within 2. Let's go ahead and do that. I really wish we could settle before border boost goes up, but I don't think that's going to be feasible. That is a new unit, so we should be able to clear that. Hopefully this won't die. Okay, that's not attacking. Really not sure what's up with this barbarian. It's just chilling over there. We've seen a hostile warrior, so we might have a fluffy bunny party coming in here. He is stronger. We have another warrior coming out, which is good. Given that we have just our 2 settlers ready, I think we do burn orders on moving the militia over. It's worth it to get over there because we're probably going to need to defend over here everything we've got. That's cool. We can also, more higher prior than the militia moves, we should move the settler over there as well, so that we can potentially get it ready to settle. Which one can move further? This one's already closer to here, so maybe this one is the better one. There. This one can get a little further, because this one got bumped, so it can move towards the other spot. And then we can use an order on, I really want to get the militia over here, I think. So over that way will be good. I don't think we'll need the militia over here, though. Makes that much of a difference. Actually, the militia can help us out by trading tiles. That will be good. Something the militia can do. Perfect. Use militia to trade tiles. 2 turns. Trade tiles. 3 turns. Okay, and that way we can get the ore up in the champion city, and then probably we'll want to get labor force, because we are going to need to road the hell out of this place, which is good. So labor force in 2 years, because we need roads in order to reinforce the front to hold against whatever Fluffy has in mind. And from labor force, we will probably go into Felix, because he is Persia. So we're going to need spears to hold against any horses that he has, although I don't think he has 2 laws, centralization and divine rule. So no surprise there, but yeah. Cool. And we'll try to settle this fort city at some point, somehow, some way, but defense is going to be a key. Not gonna, we are finishing our last tutor here. I might save the money, not tutor our brothers. We'll see. And Zoro, we could adopt it in, I guess, 4 turns. Probably with Zoro. It finishes an ambition. It's not getting any cheaper. So yeah, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 24. Intelligent, Poet, or Impious, or a bunch of XP. Intelligent is really good, Poet is okay, and Impious is not great. But it's our spare, so let's go ahead and test that out. Can this die? Potentially. This one, I think we definitely need to move our warrior over. And we're going to have this guy. Let's double check where that border boost goes. Yeah, we're going to have this guy help buy borders. Perfect. Over here, we can do another apprentice acolyte with our invisible cash. So go ahead and do that. Actually, apprentice scribe might be better. Get some civics up and running. Apprentice scribe is going to be a little better, so we're going to be able to get some civics up and running. And our friends in Persia are coming to say hello, which is unfortunate. A little earlier than we would have liked. So we need to clear this site out. Presumably he has a scout here watching everything I'm doing, which really sucks. We can move a little closer here. And yeah, we might not be able to dance this. Is there anything else we can do? We could get drafting for slingers. Do we even get the workers? We have no economy if we don't, so we definitely need the worker. Is this guy at risk of dying? Can this guy reach? Can this guy reach? I don't think he can reach. And if he does reach, he can't kill. This guy's wandering around. This guy could theoretically reach. But yeah, it's really hard to tell sometimes where this can go. Let's see here. He can get to here. He's swift. He can get to here. I can also get to here. So you'd have to double force march to kill a single worker. We'll probably upgrade that worker into militia. Upgrade Argos worker into militia, question mark. I think I need the farm, or do we hit cancel and just retreat? It's going to be super damaged if we don't, so at least be able to settle the city next turn. I think that's more important. Ugh. I wish he wouldn't attack right now. We need a little more time. And yeah, we'll need the worker for roads as well. We really need Felix ASAP. This map is just so much smaller than I expected. Okay, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 25. All right, we lost something. What do we lose? What do we lose? Warrior by Fluffy Bunny. Oh my god, he came out over there. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and settle this. Camps, realistically, at this point. We need everything we have. We're going to have to sell some of this to try to potentially get some warriors going here. It's really unfortunate, and I really want to retreat this in so I can upgrade it. But I also need that. I have no orders. Upgrade to militia and hold on tight. That's unfortunate. That's the second unit I've lost to sniping me when I'm dealing with barbs. Very, very, very unfortunate. Can buy this tile. Probably need to buy. We can buy next turn. All right, we absolutely need a tier 5 unit. Steel might be very valuable to get at this point because I have nothing else I can build. Labor force and phalanx also good. None of these are on that path. Admin is the cheapest one to rotate, so I think we go admin. I don't think we can do long-term silliness with architecture as much as I'd like to. Ambassador candidates. Yeah, 97 family opinion sounds really good. Let's go ahead and take that. Another settler, we're just not going to be able to settle at this point. So 5 cities, we're at 4. Pressure is going to be on this city. We need that warrior coming out. Anything that can accelerate it. This governor. I don't want to burn my training on that, I think. Probably should have put that governor here, except for, yeah, 3.4. Timing is so crappy, because it's damaged. Okay. Well, doing what we can here. I think I do need that work at least to stabilize my economy a little bit, and then we're going to need to just iron up, I guess. Also need roads, so really bad tech roll here, unfortunately. So might be a very short game here. We can establish and get Zoro next turn. That will at least give me an ambition. We also want those quarries up for another ambition, because legitimacy is orders. Yeah. Should we have waited border boost a turn? Possibly, because we'd have grabbed more borders. Would have been a nice little micro optimization to do, but not much we can do there. So, all right, let's go ahead and send it back. Definitely very, very dicey at the moment. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 26. Use militia to trade tiles. 480 gold seems really helpful right now. Becoming blessed seems good. All right. Yep, as expected, we are under siege here. Awkwardly. Feel safe leaving the city at the moment. Buy this tile. Buy this tile, and then basically, if it makes sense. I think it's probably better not to do that. But what do we want to do with this city? We probably need some mines up and running realistically. We want those quarries. quarries up. Pretty good. Buy the next tile and do that. Alright, well, we can't go out because if we go out, we just get obliterated. So definitely can't go out here. We'll heal up. Anything we can do? Nothing vigilant, sadly. Be able to clear this, clear that. That's pretty good. Definitely want another warrior here as soon as we can. Yeah, we're just gonna hold here as well as we can. For the scout to really hang out, I guess we can go here. Doesn't make a difference at this point. This settler, we're probably not settling down there for a while. So, is it worth upgrading to a worker? Starting another quarry? Realistically, probably. Such a waste, but like, I'm never going to have tempo to settle this while he's on this front, so. And grab Zoro next turn. Yep. Alright, well, I think that ends our turn, and yeah, that feels super wasteful to waste that free settler, but just never going to get tempo to settle this until I push this back. It's not, what is it going to do? Sit there idly for 10 turns? Like I have to pull warriors down this way. I can't go down that way. Yeah, we don't have roads yet. Labor force next. Okay, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 27. This is our fourth in line. A little bit of science from aesthetic. Seems fine. We can adopt Zoro, which finishes our ambition, which gets us more orders. We are in deep trouble here. Losing the city, which is really unfortunate. Okay, we can go here, buy this tile. Go here. We have to start it next turn. If we move one more over, get a quarry going. We'll lose control of this quarry as well, which sucks. City's falling. I think we might need to surrender here soon. We'll see what we can do with this. Apprentice scribe completed. Council potentially here. Can't rush out of that city, so. Also Zoro, disciple, which will do very little for us. Could get a little more culture with. Yeah, we could. Yeah, why not Zoro disciple, and then we can get mythology out of it. Where did Zoro found? Zoro found in the capital. That's unusual. Maybe because this found it here. Not sure. We already have 2 Zoros. Great. This militia can hit here, I guess. This freaking city is gonna fall, so we can redeem this. Repair. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That city's dead. Okay. Will we be able to get enough troops? I don't know. Just off the production of this. Is it worth force marching here? Can force march and then start that line 1 turn earlier. Sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Won't make a difference for that warrior, but will for the next. And every turn matters at this point. Not looking particularly good for us at the moment, though. All right, let's go ahead and send it back. Turn 28. Abdication. Schemer into here. And launch offensive, and the city's gone. Schemer into hero. Did he even need a launch offensive? I don't think he needed the launch offensive. I don't even see a launch offensive in here. He killed the militia inside. Yeah. I think we... Really? I probably need to heal this up. Okay, we can... Can we we can get here, I guess. And then we can heal this unit. And then we can pull this militia over. How much did I mess up my family opinion? Not too much. Yes, the barbarian is fighting for me. Hurrah. At least I think it is. I'm not going to give him cash. I'll just take the opinion hit. We have a scout here. Is there anywhere you can move this scout? No. It is not a mirror map, so I have no easy places to hide. I guess I can just move to this forest. Do we have a tutor available? We could do tutor. We don't have anyone available to tutor. Anyone to influence? No. We could also assign we could go hero ourselves, but I don't think that matters at this point. So, all right. I think we will end this turn, but not looking good. Much stronger. Presumably, once the city falls, is he even gonna? I mean, I presume he's just gonna like. I think we're actually just gonna resign here. I don't see a way to hold this. I am going to concede. So, turn 28. I think we're just going to concede here because, yeah, military score, enormously enormous. Stats, yeah, I have specialists, doesn't matter. We each only made a worker. 8 military units, 5 slingers, and 3 warriors versus 3 warriors. That's just, I lost 3 military units as well, which is not great. Yeah, so, yeah. I think just, I don't think I appreciated how tiny this map was. And then somehow did not scout this site or this site, and only scouted this site. And then, oh wow, he had a very different side of his map. This is the joys of mirror, non-mirror rather. So he had a much nicer, easier open area. I've got lots of hills and very, very rolly terrain. I don't think I could have held this city. He can come kill this warrior, and I don't think I can hold. And like I get another warrior, the champ seat is not going to make that good difference, and he has an entire city worth of units coming on. So yeah, so I think we're I'm sure that mission reset to 1 of 6. Maybe I just only have one quarry. That's why. Yeah. So I don't think that I could have held. I mean, I think this takes the next city pretty easily, even with the champion city. Like, I don't know that it's going to hold. And then like he's got a massive advantage behind this, like fully settled. I just don't see how I'm going to hold. I'm also behind in tech, somewhat. I don't know. Maybe starting too early, but realistically, wrong strategy. Did not realize how tiny this map was. Let's see, 53 to 19. So that is a difference of 24 tiles. So that's very, very, sorry, 34 tiles. 34? 34. Yeah, that is very close. So, and he's got a scout here. So he has complete vision of what's going on. And of course, the delayed settling also really, really hurt here. So that, yeah, just really good play from Fluffy, and a nice devastating attack that just wasn't able to deal with. Can't wait to see this from his perspective. And hopefully you've enjoyed this very short duel. Yeah, I think just did not play the right strategy given the map that we were. In retrospect, probably should have maybe gone Champions Capital, given that ore, and given how small the map is. Highland, particularly and tiny, is very, very small. Or sorry, on Duel. So yeah, cool. All right, well, I'll sign off here, and again, really hope that you enjoyed watching this match.